So, how was my day off? Stressed, but somewhat good. So, I'm going to get into all of it with you right now. Um, First and foremost, I felt like it was run, run, go, 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 go. I knew we had to get up at my usual time that I would normally get up for work. We did that. And I got Grandpa motivated, got him his breakfast, and then he was like, well, I have to go run an errand, so you meet the Meals on Wheels guy and I'll be right back. I go, change into my clothes to get ready to go run this, meet the Meals on Wheels guy because he had to go run his errand. And I met the Meals on Wheels guy. We talked for a little bit. Then he went on and then brought the meal in. Grandpa had come back by that time. I was getting ready to go, told Grandpa, okay, I'm going to go take 2 tension headaches because for long distance driving, like from Mattoon to Effingham, and I know some of you are going, that's not long at all, but to me it is. And plus you have 3 lanes now going into Effingham. I don't like that much. I like 2. That's good enough. Anyway, it was stressing me out. So I took 2 of my tension headache and we went down there to Benuti's, and I was in a hurry to get there, let me tell you, because according to the message that they left last night, we had to be there by 11:15 to have all his stuff, paperwork done, so he could be ready to see Benuti's people, and then they would give their opinion, and then right after that, we were supposed to go right to therapy. Well, Grandpa all the way down there was like, well, I'm feeling great. I don't have much of that pain. Well, me, it was stressing me out because here was like my death grip on the steering wheel because I just don't like to drive. And my shoulders was actually giving me major issues, but I was like, just let it go. We got there, good time. It took my mom forever to get there, but when she did get there, she went right in. I stayed in the car because only one person's allowed in. So I stayed out there and waited. But I forgot, before we went down there, my mom wanted 2 gallons of milk. So we had to go out to Aldi's. That's one reason I was so stressed about getting down there on time, because I was like, okay, we're going to get her 2 gallons of milk, but yet we got to go out here to Aldi's and to get down there. We barely made it. It was like 11:08, and they wanted him there at 11:15. I was like going, thank you, Lord in heaven. So we got there. My mom went in, and he got a better report than anybody had been given him, and I'm very proud of him. They walked in there, and the guy, I guess, pointed right away on the x-ray where the pain was coming in on his shoulder, and he was just like, this is where it's coming in, right? And he's like, well, yeah. He's like, but it's much better now, isn't it? And she's like going, yeah. He's like, well, keep doing what you're doing. There's nothing else we can do for you. And even canceled physical therapy in the afternoon, which that part I was kind of glad about. We didn't want to eat in town because the traffic just drove me nuts. So we came back, and Grandpa had his favorite Meals on Wheels that he was waiting for, so we had that. And then, of course, I just wanted to take my anger out of the day. You ever have those moments you just want to take your anger out on something? And all week long, everybody's like, well, when you get some free time and the weather's good, get out here and do some limb trimming. So I did, and I went to the front tree more than the back tree, although the back tree is what I wanted to work on. But since we have to pull up underneath the front tree because the back tree needs removed, which, by the way, you all seen why the back tree needs removed, and I hope that those videos reach the right parties that they can see what I'm talking about. Anyway, I went to the front tree and sawed off around some of the areas where it could, scrape the cars and everything. There's still a couple of branches, yes, that were too high up for me to get, but that, I'm like, when I'm short, I'm 5'2.5". I have no business really, doing that with a saw. But at age 43, I'm pretty proud of myself. Went out there and hawked off one big limb, and I took that thing all the way to the front without any help today. Thank you very much. And it was so funny. These people are driving around like really slow. And he was, as he was coming around the corner, because I was sawing right there on the corner almost, he almost hits this other car coming because he's staring at me sawing on the tree. I'm thinking to myself, okay, really? Come on. And then this other instance, this gentleman in a pickup truck was going real slow, and he had tinted windows so you couldn't see who it was. It just stopped there the longest time and ran his thing while I'm picking up limbs. I'm thinking to myself, really, Buster? And even the mail guy was kind of giving me a hard time. He's like, going, really? He goes, you and a saw out here? He goes, that's a dangerous combination. I was like, yeah, tell me about it. We had a sub on today for our mail because on Thursdays is our usual mail girl person's off. So it was kind of funny. Then my shoulder pain came back. But so I was like, I looked, came back, and I did a second glance at the tree in the back just to see if I could get those limbs down, if there was any way. And as I illustrated in the videos, they are up there in the wires, and it would be not smart to try and do that again. I did it one time, and I got lucky. Next time, I would not be so lucky. I know when to stop. And so the funny part of it was I came in, and everybody was telling me to call Ameren. I call Ameren, and I had a great conversation because I got through to some actual person to talk to them. And they're like, is this concerning the power outage yesterday? I said, it has nothing to do with that. This may be a power outage in the future if y'all don't help me take care of it. So she listened, and I told her about the tree and how our city has said it would take them 2 years to get to it. 2 years. They marked it at the bottom there with a little white can of paint. 2 years. You all seen the cracks in that tree. It's not going to last 2 years. So I illustrated to them as best as I could over the phone that the wires and the tree limbs were all running together, and it really needs taken care of as we head into winter. So they're going to send somebody out tomorrow who's going to look at that out there. And I said, do more than look. She goes, oh, well, we usually take branches down if it gets that bad. She goes, but don't you do it. She kept saying that. Don't you get out there. Don't you do it. And as many times as I've heard that, I'm not going to do it. Y'all don't have anything to worry about. I feel like I've trimmed enough this year, and my shoulders are saying, you've done enough this year. So after that, we went out shopping to Aldi's, got some provisions to hold us over until payday, which that's today. And then, of course, I'm trying to finish up my shopping for Christmas bits and here and there, which is hard to do. But I'm about done, thank God. I am 90% done, but they're just odds and ends. Down to really outfits for my mom and Mackenzie because they want outfits. So I have to do that for them. And other than that, everything else is A-OK, peachy keeney. So I'm happy, and I hope everybody likes what they get. I hope that they realize it was a lot of time and effort and a lot of going, okay, will they use this, not just recycle it on and gift it on, if you will. I even became creative for a lot of people this year, so I'm anxious to see reactions. I'm anxious to see if I hit it on target. If not, hopefully I did, but we'll see. Anyway, I have not bagged up Halloween candy, but however, tonight I did wrap some more Christmas presents, so that was fun and entertaining. Watched the Hallmark Channel, which had the Autumn Winery movie, and that may not be right, but I watched it anyway. I have it on DVD, but it was the only thing on. They don't have the 90 Day Fiancé thing on right now, and that's horrible, let me tell you, because I'd rather watch that than Dr. Pimple Popper and any other crap they want to put on. Of course, I heard the bad news that my favorite TV show on INSP has been canceled, The Cowboy Way, and I have to say that's the worst decision they've ever made. I will not be watching INSP now. You've lost at least this viewer, and I know a lot more. Breaks my heart. But back to what I was saying, but we also went to Goodwill tonight, and got some bargains there. I found another bear. If y'all know me, I love my Homeco bears. The Christmas time, I have now bits and pieces of sets that I've got to try and find the mate to. But you know what? That's part of the excitement, going there and seeing if they got the other part. And at 99 cents versus $50, that's pretty much a good bargain. I know Homeco is very 90-ish, but you know what? I love the Homeco stuff, and I can still remember my mom going, that's very expensive. Don't think of breaking it. And I just have so many fond memories that we had friends that would sell Homeco products. And it just, you see that, you have to have it. Plus, I love teddy bears anyway. Really do. But I do have a pair of cat and a pair of dogs that are Homeco. Because why? My mom had the same set, and when I saw them at Goodwill, I had to have the same set, you know? Um, but anyway, I wanted to share that with you tonight. Not much else to share. Thank goodness. Knock on wood. Hopefully everything else from here on out goes okay. Ameren asked me, when the guy called, after I talked to the lady at Ameren, this guy called back and he's like, is this an emergency? And you could tell he was defeated and worn out and tired. And I was like, well, it's not life-threatening, but, to me it's very serious. He goes, could it be done tomorrow? Because it's like 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm thinking to myself, I just got done trimming on a tree. You're acting like it's, 6 o'clock in the morning. Barely moving. And he goes, we've been very busy with the fires, which they did have over 176 fires, I believe it is. And I said, well, yeah, it can wait till tomorrow. So that's why they're coming out tomorrow, and they didn't come out today, was because they were still worn out and going home from all the excitement of yesterday, he clarified. So hopefully, I do work the next 5 days. I hope that it's A, not really early in the morning. B, I hope it's not really late at night or during my shift. And C, I hope if they do come out, Grandpa can explain the wires and surely if they look up, they can see where the wires are and where the tree limbs are, and I hope that one of them watches my videos I made on here. That would be very helpful. Anyway, I'm going to try and read the rest of this book with you tonight. Probably going forward, meaning even though I work the next 5 days, we've got to start doing Halloween. I mean, Halloween is almost here. We haven't been celebrating it. I may not do it in costume yet. It'll probably be the week before Halloween that you'll see me in costume again. But we've got books to read, moments to share, and I want to do that with you all. And as usual, the books that I get will be recycled and given away for Halloween to special people, meaning our wonderful neighbors who help us out so much. Thank you for all that you do. With that being said, stay tuned. We've got a book review to finish.